Hi guys, it's Berry and welcome back to our channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. Today I want to introduce you to my legacy, which is going to be a let's play, but we are currently on generation 4 and a lot has happened, so this serves as a part 1. I want to introduce you to all the characters that we've already had, that we currently have, to all the backstories, just so you know what happened, because a lot has happened. Okay, so I just really want to introduce you to them. I'm calling this the Bailey de Silvio legacy, but at this point it's not really Bailey de Silvio because nobody is named that way anymore. So I want to start with my first sim, Chiara Bailey de Silvio. They're all Italian, just by the way. So Chiara was my first sim. She lived in San Myshuno. She briefly dated Diego Lobo, who is not in this family tree because he was not that important. She was a global superstar actress. She was doing really good in her life, and I don't have her traits right here, but I know she hated children, and I think she was ambitious and materialistic or something like that. She was an actress. So she ended up marrying Thorne Bailey, who we all know and maybe some of you hate, but I love him. He's such an attention seeker and he's funny. And they had a daughter named Ava. Now, the story about how these two got their daughter Ava. Chiara hated children, as we all know. So Ava was actually an accident, but she was an accident that has happened when Chiara was dating Diego. She was living with Diego. They never got married though, but she was living with Diego and she was cheating on him with Thorne, and they ended up having their daughter Ava. Ava is the biological daughter of Thorne. He is the father, not Diego. And Ava, when she was a child, she was filming videos. She was famous from the day that she was born, because when she was born already Chiara and Thorne were global superstars. Thorne kept with his musical career. I kept him in that field, but they both lived in San Myshuno. They had a huge penthouse in San Myshuno, and Ava was born. And when she grew up, she kind of ditched her channel and she became a freelance writer. She also ended up being a global superstar. She had a pretty good head start, so it was easy to build her up this way. She married Felipe Rios, who was a singer, and he also became a global superstar. He was a social media star and a singer, and these two were happily married all their life. And who died first was Chiara. She was a bit of a shock for me when she died. Then Felipe died, then Thorne, and then Ava. And Chiara died a very long time ago. I don't even remember. But Thorne and Felipe and then Ava all died pretty much close to each other, which was really hard for their children. Ava and Felipe had two children. They had Aureliano Rios, who was the firstborn, and then they had Vittoria, who was Rios, and then she married to be a Garibaldi. We'll start from the eldest. Aureliano is a genius, geek, outgoing. He has the aspiration of being an archaeology scholar. He works in the the IT department. He's a bit famous, but not that much. I don't even really want that for him. He and his wife live in Willow Creek. They have a huge, beautiful suburban house, which you will definitely see. And he does take trips sometimes, just by himself, to Salvadorada to work on his archaeology. I don't think that I've already completed the temple in Salvadorada, so he will definitely have to go back. And I think that actually on one of his trips to Salvadorada, he met his wife, Lucia Rios. She was just like a random townie. I did not create her, opposed to Felipe, who was just like a sim from the gallery. So he married Lucia. She's an art lover, genius, picky eater, and she has the aspiration of having a big happy family. She is currently unemployed because she takes care of their 3 children, because like Lucia had the aspiration of having a big family, so they ended up having 3 children. They also have a dog who is just like the best friend of Aureliano. That's like his dog. His name is Tucker, and he is now an old dog. And I don't know what I'm going to do when he dies. That is going to be so sad. And yeah, so they didn't have much drama. Aureliano is now sad because both his parents now are dead. So it's a rough time now for Aureliano, but he's not doing anything like reckless or anything. So they had their eldest daughter, Chiara Maria Rios, and they in their family, all their children have 2 names. I don't know why, but they have 2 names. So this one is Chiara Maria Rios, and why she's named Chiara is obviously because of her grandmother, I think that's now, who was Chiara. And she's a romantic, she's a dog lover, and she has the aspiration of successful lineage. I think that at this point in Generation 4, I will keep playing rotationally, as I do now with Aureliano and Victoria, even though I spend more time with Victoria, because that's just easier. When these two were toddlers, he was kind of just like on the way. That was a nightmare. I hate toddlers. In the game. I mean, I don't like children anyway, but that's besides the point. So I'm not sure if she is going to be like my main like legacy sim, if she is going to be the one, because to me she's kind of boring. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with her yet. Maybe she could be like a vet or something. I don't know. So Chiara Maria, she's a teenager right now. Then they have Andrea Antonio Rios. He is kind of sporty, and I also don't have his future planned for him just yet. I think he will go into like the sports career, maybe. Who knows? And then we have Angelo Felipe Rios. So Felipe, again, after his grandfather. Andrea Antonio is not named after anyone, but Angelo Felipe has Felipe because of his grandfather. And for him, I think that he will become a gay photographer. Like, I know that is such a stereotype. I hope that I'm not like offending anyone, but I think that he's going to be a gay photographer. I don't know why. I really want to play around with the Moschino career of photography, and I think that he would be just great for that. So I think that these two will keep on living kind of the calm life in Willow Creek. Maybe they'll move to like Windenburg or Brindleton Bay. I think that Chiara Maria might move to Brindleton Bay because of her dog passion. But I think that Angelo Felipe is going to go to San Myshuno, and he will continue with the fame aspect of this family. These 4 don't really care about the fame. Like, everybody kind of knows in the world who Aureliano is, but he's not like a star. So now we're moving to Vittoria, and because I do play her mostly, she has had a lot of things happen to her. So she is creative, perfectionist, self-assured. She has the aspiration having a soulmate, and she's at the top of her career as a stylist. I think that right now she's like a 4-star celebrity, and I really want to get her to 5. So Vittoria married Federico Garibaldi, and I also think that she was a teenager and he was a young adult when they started dating. And Federico was in the army. He is the father of their daughter, Alessia Garibaldi. You can see that I put her biological parents right there, so she just doesn't like see Malcolm Landgrab if you hover over her. But Federico died by drowning. The official story is that he died in like an army mission accident where he just drowned. The real story is that he drowned on the top of their penthouse in a pool when Half-Wall magically appeared. I am just now realizing that I could have killed him with MCC, but I kind of decided to kill him with the natural causes. But Vittoria, she has quite the backstory. When her father Felipe died, she was a complete mess. I think that not shortly after, Thorn also died, and she was super, super sad. And I do use the mod from Basemental, and she was, for a period of time, addicted to Xanax. She was kind of unable to care for her daughter, so Alessia, her daughter, and Vittoria don't have the best mother and daughter relationship. They are working on it, but it's not the best. And Vittoria and Federico in this time had kind of a rough patch because Vittoria was just spiraling down. So Vittoria and Alessia ended up moving to her mother's apartment, Ava, while Felipe was already dead. So Vittoria and Alessia were briefly living with Ava. It was the final 10 days of Ava's life, and they spent that together, which was really, really nice. And they were just kind of all caring for each other. Then Ava died, and Vittoria, she has the celebrity quirk of being an emotional bomb, and that was kind of bad because I do use meaningful stories mod for them to feel more human, After the death of her mother, she was supposed to be sad for 20 days. And then she had the emotional breakdown from the quirk of her being a celebrity, and she was just fine. So Vittoria Garibaldi right now is probably a sociopath because she just does not feel sadness for a very long time. She breaks down and then she's fine. But hey, you go girl, whatever helps you as long as you're not addicted to Xanax anymore. So that happened, and Alessia, she's still kind of sad from the death of her father because it was not that long time ago, and with meaningful stories, they do stay sad for a long time. Vittoria did not really mourn her husband that much because she had a breakdown and she was fine. I think that she was supposed to be sad for 20 days because it was so close after the death of Ava, her mother, and then her husband. So she was really, really sad. And then she just had the breakdown and she's fine. But Alessia still is sad. And Vittoria now is dating Malcolm Landgraf, who is materialistic, snob, and mischievous. I did not change that about him. Obviously, I changed his appearance a little bit, but they are now dating. And I think that they might get married, and I'm still thinking if they should have a baby or not. So we'll see how that part kind of goes. But yeah, she's now dating Malcolm Landgraf. I imagine that Alessia is not that happy about it because it is really soon after the death of her father, and her mother is already dating some other guy. But Alessia is going to be a star. I think that she's going to be an actress just like Chiara was before, and I know that she is going to be kind of maybe the only sim in this whole legacy who is going to be living in Del Sol Valley. Because if you do follow our Instagram sister simmers, you know that I have built a huge Calabasas inspired mansion in Del Sol Valley, and that is for Alessia. She loves the color pink, and I think that she is going to have some issues in her life because this whole ordeal is not really good. Her father is dead, her beloved grandma is dead, her mother is kind of distant from her because all she cares about is her career, and she's dating a new guy. She's not happy, okay? So this is right now everything for this family tree, and the next part that we will have from this legacy let's play, this is not obviously a let's play, this is just the introduction, but next time we will play and we are all caught up. So I hope you guys like this backstories. I hope you like The Sims. I love them. I'm so emotionally attached to all of them. And I hope you will come back for part 2 of Let's Play. And now we are going to start really playing. And I want to keep this as a consistent Let's Play because I do need something to break away from the builds and stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram because we post like 2 or 3 posts a day. That's a lot. So we're very, very active. So thank you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.